This is Antarctica's forbidden file, a secret buried under miles of ice. Case 001. Evidence that could shatter the story of human civilization. The year is 2016. Satellite imagery, usually a tool of science, captures something impossible. High above Antarctica's Ellsworth Mountains, a peak rises. Not a natural jagged formation, but a precise four-faced structure, a pyramid. This isn't a blurred image. This is a challenge to everything you think you know. Mainstream geology calls it a nunatak, a natural formation, but its geometric perfection, its undeniable symmetry, whispers of something else, something buried. What if this isn't just a mountain? What if it's a testament to a civilization so ancient, so advanced? It defies our very understanding of history. Imagine a world beneath the ice, a world that could rewrite your own ancestry, a world they don't want you to find. The Pyramid of the Frozen South. For centuries, Antarctica was merely a blank space, a frozen void. It was an enigma, the coldest, most isolated place on Earth. Yet, deep beneath its crushing ice, secrets patiently wait. Structures, fossils, clues. They could unravel the established narrative. They might redefine human history forever. Twice the size of Australia, larger than all of Europe, holding 90% of the world's freshwater, Antarctica remains our planet's greatest forbidden frontier. But as technology sharpened its gaze, something started to emerge, something utterly bizarre. Ancient maps depicted a land without ice. Satellite images captured shapes too perfect to be natural. This continent of silence transformed. It became a realm of whispers. Whispers of hidden research, forbidden knowledge, unexplained sightings. These mysteries only deepen the chilling truth. This pyramid-shaped enigma sits in the southern Ellsworth Mountains, a remote, unforgiving range. It's not far from the Patriot Hills research base. It towers over 4,000 feet. From aerial views, its outline is unmistakable. It's an impossible silhouette. Geologists offer their explanations. They say it's a nunatak, a rock peak piercing the ice sheet. They claim millions of years of wind and ice sculpted its form. Freeze-thaw weathering, they call it. This process carves rock into surprising shapes, like the Matterhorn in the Swiss Alps. But the Antarctic Pyramid is different. Most natural peaks have one or two flat faces. This one has four, a near-perfect geometric form. This is why the question persists. Could it be more than rock? Could it be a man-made structure? A forgotten pyramid, buried beneath miles of ice? Now compare this to pyramids elsewhere. Egypt, Mexico, Peru. They share a striking resemblance. Wide bases, sloping sides, aligned with cardinal directions. Does this signal a shared architectural wisdom? A single ancient source of knowledge? Or did early civilizations simply gravitate to this form? For stability, for symbolic power, the debate rages on. Remember the Bosnian pyramids? Claims of massive hills hiding ancient structures. Mainstream archaeology dismisses them, but supporters point to smooth slopes, aligned corners, signs of artificial design. The same arguments now echo from the Ellsworth Mountains. Satellite images show nearby ridges, snow-covered hills. They hint at more hidden pyramids, peaks with symmetrical lines, square bases. The scale of this potential discovery is staggering. The true mystery lies in its inaccessibility. Antarctica is guarded, a massive sheet of ice, over a mile thick in many areas. Only a fraction of the land is visible. Harsh weather, remote location, strict international regulations. They make large-scale exploration impossible. The full story remains hidden, just out of reach. Recently, satellite technology has opened new windows, greater detail than ever before. It has revealed more strange features, scattered across the icy surface. Large, dark shapes. They look like doorways carved into mountainsides, patterns resembling man-made stairs. These discoveries have puzzled everyone. They ignite intense discussions. One formation captured global attention. Near a remote area of East Antarctica, a large rectangular opening, clearly visible, set into a rock face, surrounded by thick snow and ice. Its shape is unnervingly clean, perfectly geometric, sharp lines, different from the natural landscape around it. It stands out. Its symmetry, its straight edges, a shadowed interior, some estimate its size. Several meters tall, wide enough for an aircraft, a secret entrance, a hidden facility? Glaciology experts have natural explanations. Ice movement. Strong winds, temperature changes, melting and refreezing. They can create gaps in the ice. When snow shifts, these gaps might appear geometric. Others suggest it's just a ridge, exposed by melting ice. But the questions linger. Whispers of a lost age. Then there is another puzzle. A wide cave entrance on a southernmost island near the Antarctic coast, recorded at the base of a snow-covered mountain. Its dark interior swallows light. What lies within remains unknown. But around the entrance, even more curious, several dark horizontal lines, visible at the base of the slope. They run parallel. They rise gradually, creating the distinct appearance of a staircase leading into the mountain. This stair-like formation defies current geological models. Natural layering of snow or rock rarely creates such clean step-like platforms. Some speculate about ancient collapses, uneven melting patterns, but their even spacing, their straight design, it suggests a more complex origin. The debate about their naturalness continues. What truly adds to the mystery? How these features sometimes change. In some years, the openings, the steps, they are perfectly clear, then they vanish beneath new layers of snow, only to reappear after strong winds or seasonal shifts, sometimes with different shapes, added details. It's almost as if the continent is breathing, revealing its secrets in glimpses. But this frozen desert wasn't always thus. Long before endless ice, howling winds, this continent was a different place, a land of forests, rivers, life. A growing body of scientific evidence confirms this. It points to a vastly different image, one that fuels both wonder and intense debate. For over a century, geologists have found evidence. Fossilized remains of forests, buried deep beneath Antarctica's icy crust, near the Beardmore Glacier, only 500 kilometers from the South Pole. In 1912, Robert Falcon Scott's expedition found them, leaves resembling beech trees. Initially dismissed, later studies confirmed their authenticity. Further south, Alexander Island, the Antarctic Peninsula, researchers found upright fossilized trees, still rooted in their ancient soil. Some stood 7 meters tall, now stone. Around them, layers of ancient pollen, leaves, organic remains, a lush temperate rainforest. It existed 100 million years ago. These forests were part of a larger, vibrant landscape, meandering rivers, wetlands, coastal plains. The continent sat near the South Pole, yet the global climate was dramatically warmer. Fossilized flora suggests temperatures between 13 and 21 degrees Celsius. No long, freezing winters. Evergreen species, conifers, ferns, they dominated the landscape, even during months of polar darkness. Recent drilling beneath the ice confirms these surface fossils. A team from Rice University, they uncovered ancient pollen, deep within sediment layers, off the coast of the Antarctic Peninsula. Their findings were clear. The area was covered in tundra, as recently as 12 million years ago. Before that, glaciation began slowly. This evidence paints a stark picture. Antarctica's transformation wasn't sudden. It was gradual. Some areas remained ice-free much longer than we ever imagined. This history begs a compelling question. Was there enough time, enough favorable conditions, for early human or pre-human civilizations to exist on this very continent? Mainstream archaeology vehemently rejects this. Current scientific consensus: Homo sapiens only existed for about 300,000 years. The Antarctic ice sheets have been in place for much longer, more than 14 million years, based on the oldest known samples. But isolated reports, controversial discoveries, they keep the debate alive. In one particular case, a geological team reported a stunning find: the remains of a massive stone structure near the Doubleday Glacier. A columned building, foundations large enough to rival a Roman amphitheater, stone blocks, artifacts, coins bearing strange animal symbols. These were all allegedly part of the discovery. No peer-reviewed studies have confirmed this site, yet the mere suggestion of such a find, in the heart of Antarctica, it ignited a firestorm of curiosity and skepticism. Because what if it were true? What if someone built that? The map that should not exist. One of the most enduring symbols of ancient knowledge about Antarctica, the Piri Reis map, created in 1513 by Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis. This partial world map is astonishing. It includes a detailed South America and a mysterious southern landmass. What makes it extraordinary? It appears to show Antarctica's coastline, not its present icy shape, but its actual landmass, as if seen without the ice. Supporters claim such accuracy was impossible in the 16th century. Without access to much older source maps, the Piri Reis map, they argue, it was compiled using documents from a lost civilization. A civilization with advanced geographical knowledge. This idea was popularized by historian Charles Hapgood. He theorized a prehistoric seafaring culture, one that mapped the world's coastlines, including an ice-free Antarctica, thousands of years before recorded history. Hapgood's theories, while academically criticized, resonated deeply. He suggested the Piri Reis map reflected Antarctica as it looked during the last ice age, possibly around 10,000 to 4,000 BC, a time when, he believed, parts of the continent could have been free of ice. For many, the accuracy of the South American coastline on the Piri Reis map is undeniable. For its time, the presence of a large southern landmass, whether real or theoretical, it reflects an early belief, Terra Australis, the unknown southern continent. Later explorers confirmed Antarctica's existence, but how did ancient cartographers envision it? How did they interpret older sources? The mystery endures. Modern imaging technology adds another layer. It has recently revealed vast ancient landscapes beneath Antarctica's thick ice cover. In East Antarctica, scientists used satellite data, ice-penetrating radar. They mapped a region of buried valleys and ridges, the size of Belgium. This landscape, once shaped by rivers and weather, lay untouched for at least 14 million years. It resembles northern Europe, hills, plateaus, interconnected waterways. Researchers suggest this ancient landscape once supported vegetation, perhaps even wildlife, during warmer periods of Earth's history. But something changed, drastically. What if that change erased a civilization? The transformation of Antarctica was not isolated. It was part of a global shift in Earth's climate, a pattern repeated countless times. Throughout geological history, scientists know Earth's climate is not fixed. It cycles through warm periods, interglacials, and cold periods, ice ages. The last major ice age began around 2.6 million years ago. It peaked about 20,000 years ago. It ended roughly 12,000 years ago, marking our current warm period. During these cycles, entire regions become unrecognizable. Greenland turns to ice. Oceans rise and fall. Species adapt, migrate, or disappear. Antarctica's shift from lush landscape to icy wasteland. It's one of the clearest examples, but there is another factor, one that may have played a more dramatic role: the movement of Earth's axis. True polar wander, or crustal displacement. This theory suggests Earth's entire outer shell. It can shift over its inner layers, changing the geographic pole's position. Unlike gradual axial tilt, true polar wander could happen rapidly, pulling continents into new climate zones. If such an event occurred in Earth's past, it could explain Antarctica's journey from temperate zone to South Pole. This theory remains debated, but evidence exists. Studies of rock formations, ancient shorelines. They suggest parts of Earth's surface have relocated over time. The prophecy and the void. Among these speculative ideas, the prophecy of Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet. In his trance readings, early 20th century, Cayce claimed a major Earth transformation was coming. Dramatic climate change, rising seas, sinking regions. One striking prediction: Antarctica, long thought barren, lifeless, it would become fertile. inhabited again. Cave believed changes in Earth's axis. They would trigger massive flooding, revealing ancient lands, wiping away modern civilizations. He spoke of Antarctica, supporting life once more, its frozen lands thawing, becoming green again. If Kai's prediction, if it were rooted in ancient memory, it raises a haunting possibility. An earlier civilization. It may have thrived on Antarctica, only to be destroyed when the climate shifted, when the poles moved. Could the ice be hiding more? Not just ancient forests, but traces of a forgotten people? Think about that for a moment. If you're finding this information electrifying, if it's igniting a spark of recognition deep within you, know that you're not alone on this journey. Many are beginning to question. Many are seeking these suppressed truths. Join our collective exploration. Become one of us. Hit that subscribe button now. Let's peel back the layers of history together. The deeper you go, the more you'll find. Beyond all this, the forbidden continent holds more secrets. Subglacial lakes, hidden bodies of water, trapped far below the surface, isolated by kilometers of ice. Lake Vostok, the most famous, buried nearly 4,000 meters beneath the East Antarctic ice sheet, sealed off for 15 to 25 million years. In this extreme, lightless world, scientists believe life exists. It's one of Earth's most remote environments. Russian scientists reached the lake in 2012. After a decade of drilling, they broke through to a world untouched by air, by light. Since long before humans walked the planet, water shot up through the borehole, under immense pressure, mixing with drilling fluids, ending the mission. No proper sample could be collected. A tantalizing glimpse. Lake Vostok is not alone. Over 400 subglacial lakes identified across the continent. Some as large as cities, others small, temporary, filling and draining. An unseen network, connected by subglacial rivers, a frozen wetland. Expeditions have reached a few. Lake Mercer, beneath the West Antarctic ice sheet, revealed something extraordinary. In complete darkness, under immense pressure, an ecosystem filled with bacterial life, no sunlight, no oxygen, no surface nutrients. Yet these microorganisms were thriving. Some researchers believe these lakes could support higher life forms, tiny animals, like tardigrades, microscopic worms. Even more astonishing, Lake Enigma, ice-covered, strange structures, rich microbial mats, like carpets, tree-like formations on the lakebed, ecosystems with bacteria never seen before, surviving by forming relationships. Cooperative, parasitic, a level of biological complexity. It surprised even experienced researchers. In other places, ice shelves crack, collapse. Scientists observe seafloor, hidden for centuries. One event exposed an ecosystem beneath the George VI ice shelf, an area covered by ice for hundreds of years. Large corals, giant sea spiders, fish, octopuses, thriving in complete darkness, relying on nutrient flows, carried by deep ocean currents. The unexplained anomalies. In another instance, drilling into the Filchner-Ronne ice shelf, a research team made an accidental discovery. A boulder on the seafloor, covered in stationary animals, sponges, unknown filter feeders, found 260 kilometers from the nearest sunlight, a location where life shouldn't exist. Yet they were feeding, growing, surviving. In conditions thought completely hostile, their food must have traveled immense distances, on slow ocean currents, enough to sustain them. These are not mere scientific oddities. These are clues to life's resilience and to Antarctica's hidden vitality. Access to Antarctica remains extremely limited. Harsh conditions, political agreements, environmental protections, they make large-scale exploration impossible. Most of the continent remains untouched, vast regions unexplored. From the few windows scientists have opened, Antarctica is not dead, far from it. One sight no scientist expected, in the white expanse of snow and ice, a bright red waterfall, deep in the McMurdo Dry valleys, flows from the Taylor Glacier. Blood falls, a vivid, surreal feature, one of the strangest natural phenomena Its intense, unusual color, for decades, it was haunting, unexplained. At first glance, blood falls as alien, the glacier itself bleeding, 5 stories high. Its deep red hue stains the ice, an open wound, surrounded by Earth's driest, coldest desert. This scarlet outflow, shocking in appearance, but also in what it represents. The scientific explanation is fascinating. 5 million years ago, before glaciers, this valley was ocean. Sea retreated, pockets of salty water trapped, sealed under layers of ice, 400 meters deep. This ancient lake cut off from atmosphere, light, oxygen. Over time, water grew saltier, concentrated with iron, minerals from surrounding rock. Today, pressure beneath the glacier, it pushes this iron-rich saline water through a fissure. When it reaches the surface, exposed to oxygen, iron oxidizes, like rust, turns deep red. The bizarre appearance of blood flowing from within the glacier, but the story of Blood Falls extends further. Hidden within its iron-rich waters, an isolated ecosystem, microscopic life, extremophile microorganisms, surviving in darkness, without oxygen, feeding on iron and sulfur, evolved in extreme isolation. Rare insight into life's existence, in Earth's harshest environments, and possibly on icy worlds like Europa or Enceladus. Despite scientific understanding, Blood Falls remains a magnet for alternative theories. A natural vent, connected to a hidden underground structure, a long-forgotten base beneath the ice? In this context, red water is more than oxidized iron, a byproduct of something deeper, artificial. Others claim the water leaks from a biological experiment, an ancient or modern lab, hidden under the glacier, using iron and microbial life for unknown purposes. The ghosts of the ice. Scientists work tirelessly to explain Antarctica's mysteries, but some stories defy logic. They challenge what we know beyond glaciers. Subglacial lakes, fossils, ancient landscapes, lie tales suggesting this frozen land still holds secrets, stranger than science acknowledges. Among the most persistent legends, the Ningen, a creature, reportedly appears in Antarctic waters, massive, pale white, humanoid shape, 30 meters long. Witnesses from Japanese research vessels claim to see this strange figure rise silently from the water, then disappear. Its face eerily human, 2 small eyes, a wide, expressionless mouth. Some versions depict arms, hands. Others describe it as a smooth, finned sea creature, barely distinguishable from icebergs. First modern mention. Japanese online forums, early 2000s. The legend quickly took hold. Some believe it's an unknown marine life form, a relic from warm Antarctica. Others go further. Intelligent, capable of walking on land. Some even speculate governments know more, that its existence is deliberately secret, due to scientific or strategic significance. Another creature of legend. Older, more widespread, the Kraken. Norse mythology, North Atlantic, but the Southern Ocean has its versions. In 2016, satellite imagery near Deception Island showed a long shadow. Many believed it resembled the beast. Scientists identified it as a sea stag, but given colossal squid inhabit these depths, it's easy to understand. Giant sea creatures, flourishing in Antarctic darkness. But not all tales are monsters. Some are unsettling. Throughout the 20th century, accounts from explorers, scientists, strange sensations, feelings of being watched, unseen presences, walking nearby in the snow, long winters of darkness, extreme isolation, remote research stations, an atmosphere ripe for the paranormal. One famous story. Sir Ernest Shackleton, legendary British explorer, led multiple expeditions, heroic age, Antarctic exploration. In 1916, a desperate trek across South Georgia Island. He reported a 4th member, walking with a small group. Only 3 were present. Later, both companions confirmed they felt the same. Other stories are darker. Early 1840s, a British whaling ship, Hope, navigating near the South Shetland Islands. Crew spotted a vessel trapped in the ice. Upon approach, a schooner, identified as the Jenny, frozen solid, in the pack ice. What they found inside, polar lore. The crew of the Jenny, reportedly still on board, dead, frozen in place, upright at their stations. The ship's logbook. Final message, May 4th, 1823. No food for 71 days. I am the only one left alive. The Hope documented, but left the vessel undisturbed, locked in the ice. The Jenny was never seen again. Another frequently recounted account. McMurdo Dry Valleys, driest place on Earth, scattered across this cold desert. Abandoned huts, outposts, left behind by early expeditions. Over decades, personnel stationed nearby reported unexplained noises, footsteps in the snow, doors creaking open, voices carried by the wind. Some accounts, researchers entering a hut, claimed a strange presence, as if watched. Others reported tools missing, reappearing later, in the exact spot. Scientists explain these as isolation, harsh conditions, psychological effects, prolonged exposure to silence, cold, endless daylight or darkness, affects the mind, leading to auditory illusions, unease, but not everyone accepts this. Blood falls, eerie, unexplained, located in this very region. Too much of a coincidence. The NaziEnigma. Interest in Antarctica's secrets isn't new. Long before modern satellites, international treaties, the frozen continent captured attention. Explorers, scientists, even the most controversial regimes of the 20th century, among them, Nazi Germany. In the years leading to World War II, the Antarctic frontier became a focus, an ambitious, largely forgotten expedition. It would become the center of countless theories. In 1938, Adolf Hitler authorized a secret Antarctic mission. On the surface, resource-based. Germany, preparing for war, needed to reduce foreign dependence. Whale oil, essential for margarine. Soap, other fat-based products, high demand. Germany relied heavily on Norwegian exports. Hitler's war plan needed self-sufficiency. The Southern Ocean offered potential. The expedition was organized quickly. December 17, 1938. The MS Schwabenland left Hamburg. 82 men aboard. Scientists, naval officers, technicians, one Nazi Party representative. Destination, a vast, unclaimed territory. Queen Maud Land, between British and Norwegian sectors. Over weeks, the ship reached Antarctica's icy coastline, launched its 2 Dornier Wall seaplanes. The aircraft surveyed enormous stretches of land, dropping aluminum darts, marked with swastikas, asserting territorial claim. The Germans called this new territory New Schwabenland, New Swabia, after the ship. In total, the expedition mapped over 600,000 square kilometers, significantly expanding known geography of that part of the continent. Some photographs taken in color, a rarity then. Many remain valuable scientific records. Officially, the mission ended February 1939, months before war. The Schwabenland returned to Hamburg, carrying thousands of aerial photographs, geological observations, much data lost in war's chaos, or unpublished for decades. Some documents surfaced, late 1950, the rest some researchers believe, deliberately hidden. This is where the true mystery begins. For years, the 1938-39 expedition, remembered as a short scientific mission, limited geopolitical consequences. After the war, whispers grew, questions raised. What did the Nazis truly seek or build in Antarctica? In the shadow of global conflict, in the wake of the Holocaust, a new narrative emerged. Some believe Germany's interest went beyond whale oil and maps. Post-war rumors. The real purpose: establish a permanent foothold, a hidden base, far from enemy nations. This alleged installation, buried deep beneath the ice, a safe haven, research facility, or a last redoubt for the Nazi elite in defeat. The idea of secret Nazi bases, improbable, yet a few events fed suspicions. July 1945, 2 months after Germany's surrender, The German submarine U-530 appeared unexpectedly at Argentina's Mar del Plata naval base. Next month, another submarine, U-977, arrived under similar circumstances. Commanders gave no satisfactory explanation for their long journeys or what they did in the South Atlantic. Some believed they delivered high-ranking Nazis or valuable cargo to a hidden outpost before surrendering. To this day, no physical evidence of a Nazi base ever found. No tunnels, no abandoned structures, no hidden chambers, but parts of New Schwabenland, especially the Schirmacher Oasis, first spotted by Germans, remain active scientific zones, hosting international research stations, including Russia and India. Operation Highjump and the Admiral's secret. The story deepened with Operation Highjump. In 1946 and 1947, the United States launched the largest Antarctic military expedition in history, led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Over 4,700 men, 13 ships, dozens of aircraft. Officially, a scientific mission. Training, mapping, but the scale, the urgency, it sparked speculation. The US Navy responded to more than geography. Theorists suggest Byrd's fleet, sent to investigate or eliminate a Nazi presence, still active, on the continent. From the outset, Operation Highjump was unique, organized in uneasy peace, months after World War II. Ambitious, unprecedented, force divided, 3 naval groups, Eastern, Western, Central, each with aircraft, icebreaker support. Goal, map as much as possible, using aerial photography, test military equipment. Under polar conditions, Rear Admiral Richard H. Cruzen commanded, but Byrd, experienced polar explorer, decorated naval officer, became public face. America's presence in Antarctica. The operation established a base, Little America 4, conducted extensive aerial surveys. By expedition's end, over 1.5 million square miles, photographed, thousands of images collected. But it wasn't photography that drew global attention. It was what happened behind the scenes, what Byrd may have encountered. Official record. Operation Highjump lasted December 1946 to March 1947, but mission cut short, ending weeks early. Abrupt departure gave rise to questions. Reports of damaged aircraft, unexplained losses, unusual encounters, fueled rumors. Something went wrong, or perhaps something had been found. Among persistent theories, mission had a hidden agenda: locate a rumored underground Nazi base near Queen Maud Land, same territory explored by German New Swabia expedition. Proponents point to military personnel, advanced technology, aircraft capable of long-range reconnaissance. They reference unexplained air crashes, including fatal loss of Martin PBM-5 flying boat. George I claimed lives of 3 crewmen. In the years following Operation Highjump, rumors circulated. Byrd encountered something extraordinary during a reconnaissance flight. His aircraft entered an area that shouldn't have existed. A temperate zone amid the ice, green valleys, warm air. Some sources claim he saw more, not just climate change, reality itself. Unknown flying objects in the sky, contact with beings from an advanced subterranean civilization. These accounts were not official, but in the 1960s, a document circulated, allegedly a secret diary, kept by Admiral Byrd during the expedition. In it, Byrd describes an encounter, an aircraft unlike any he'd seen. His instruments fail, radio taken over, guided to a landing strip. In a hidden valley, he claims, welcomed by tall beings, luminous eyes, advanced knowledge, taken to a city beneath Earth's surface, a place they call Agartha. Agartha, a mythical kingdom within Earth itself, tied to hollow Earth theory, our planet not solid, a layered shell, vast inner spaces, cities, even oceans. Agartha, largest of these subterranean realms, civilization more ancient, more advanced. People of Agartha, old ones, possess technology beyond surface knowledge, vehicles flying without fuel, manipulating natural forces. This idea appeared in many cultures. Shambhala, in Tibetan tradition, underworld cities of Mayans, Celts, recurring motif, hidden civilizations beneath Earth. Agartha gained traction. 19th century, French, German occult writers, spreading tale of inner world, but its connection with Admiral Byrd brought it into modern age, into Antarctica. The diary states, Agarthians warned Byrd about nuclear weapons. Human society's direction, claimed to observe surface civilization for centuries, feared its destructive potential. Byrd told to return to superiors with their message, a call for peace, balance, then sent back through the ice. This document, never confirmed authentic, yet many believe it. Some people think the diary is fake. Byrd never said anything like that, no official proof. Still, the story lives on. Aided by secrecy around Highjump, some of Byrd's interviews, in a rare interview, published in Chile, March 1947, Byrd spoke of Antarctica's future importance. He warned, US might be attacked from polar regions. Some think this hinted at what he saw. As the Cold War intensified, US sent more missions. Operation Windmill, 1947-48. Operation Deep Freeze, 1957-58. Byrd still involved, but health declined, died 1957, months after last Antarctica trip. To this day, full story of Operation Highjump, subject of speculation, significant scientific objectives achieved, regions mapped, but military scale, rapid conclusion. Keep theorists questioning, was it truly just training, or did US Navy uncover something it could not explain, could not control? Cosmic deceptions and global governance. In the final years of World War II, and after, strange stories spread. Unusual flying machines, objects unlike any aircraft, silent, incredibly fast, disc-shaped. At first, rumors. But after the war, UFO reports appeared worldwide. This growing mystery led researchers to connect two powerful ideas, UFO sightings and secret Nazi technology. During the war, German scientists worked on advanced weapons, jet aircraft, long-range rockets, experimental propulsion. At the same time, parts of Nazi leadership, deeply interested in occult, ancient myths, hidden powers. Within that world of secrecy, belief, certain underground groups are mentioned. Thule Society, focused on Aryan mythology. Inner Earth, alongside it. The Vril Society, believed in a mysterious force. Vril, energy source for machines, enhancing mind. Stories claimed Vril members practiced meditation, rituals, to contact non-human intelligences, beings from other planets, or within Earth itself. Some theories suggest these ideas, not just spiritual, applied to real technology. Nazi scientists allegedly tried, turning beliefs into working machines. 3 names appear often: Honebu, Vril, Die Glock, the Bell, supposedly experimental aircraft, disc-shaped, silent, powered by unknown energy. Anti-gravity, Die Glock is most known. Bell-shaped machine, gave off strange glow, eerie noises. Some claimed it flew without wings. Others believed it manipulated time or space, much from later writers. Little physical evidence, but the idea remains. Famous part of Nazi UFO theory. After the war, stories grew stronger. 1947, 2 years after Germany's defeat. First major wave of UFO sightings. Beginning in US researchers wondered, space objects or advanced machines, built by German scientists? That same year, Operation Paperclip, secret program, brought hundreds of German scientists to America. Many worked on Nazi weapons, went on to develop US rocket systems, advanced aircraft. Some believe they brought hidden knowledge about flying disc technology. A few even think some UFO sightings, test flights of secret machines built from Nazi designs. The Soviet Union also captured scientists, documents, equipment. Both superpowers raced to master technology, to gain edge. During Cold War, if disc-shaped aircraft existed, they may have ended up in top-secret military programs. But one theory goes deeper. Nazis didn't build these machines alone. They had help. Nazi leaders made contact with non-human beings from another planet, another dimension, shared knowledge in secret. Connection happened through meetings, dreams, mental communication. Some say, after the war, top Nazi scientists, leaders, escaped to hidden bases in Antarctica, continuing their work in secret. Books, magazines, TV shows spread these ideas. Theories linking Nazi science, UFOs, aliens, grew more detailed, more dramatic. Some claim direct work with extraterrestrials. Others say they discovered lost technology from ancient civilizations, remnants of a forgotten world. This isn't just history, is it? It's a fundamental challenge to what humanity is, what we're capable of, and what secrets might underpin our very existence. If you feel a magnetic pull to delve deeper into these forgotten archives, to uncover the hidden lore that explains our true place in the cosmos, then our esoteric knowledge and demonology playlist is your next step. The link is in the pinned comment. Don't let these truths remain buried. Historians agree. Nazi Germany was advanced. Jet fighters, advanced rockets, and usual aircraft were real. But flying discs, anti-gravity machines, alien contact, no solid evidence. Most documents describing these things, missing, unverified, or never existed. However, stories like this never disappear. Age of satellites, high-resolution imaging, brought more attention to Antarctica's mysterious corners. Today's sightings of strange objects, unusual formations, unexplained shapes, more frequent than ever. Google Earth users, scanning the frozen wilderness from their screens, the unveiling of hidden truths. In recent years, one image from southern Atlantic sector drew international attention. A long, straight trail, marked in the ice, ending in a massive, dark object, resting at an angle. The image spread online. Many called it a crash site of a large, unidentified flying object. The trail suggested movement. Object's shape, partially buried, half exposed, ignited theories. Secret aircraft? Something not of this world? Another satellite photo. A strange oval structure, half covered in snow, standing out against smooth white surface. Its rounded shape, symmetrical design, seemed artificial. Online sleuths claimed it looked like a large disk, a buried craft, uncovered by melting ice. Others noted smooth, curved edges, proposed it wasn't a machine, but part of a larger hidden structure. Theories spread. An entrance to an underground facility? Not all sightings appeared technological. One widely discussed satellite discovery resembled a massive face, staring up from the snow. Deep in southeastern Antarctica, people spotted frozen features, a large head, eyes, nose, mouth, carved into white surface, labeled an alien face. Others compared it to mythical beings, ancient statues. The idea that something had left its mark circulated rapidly. For some, another sign. Antarctica held remnants of a lost past. For others, a modern sign. Watchers still present, beneath the ice. Elsewhere, a lonely iceberg caught attention, resembled a large ship, tilted, half submerged, in sea ice, from a certain angle, eerily like a cruise liner of ice, windows, deck, even funnels. No one claimed it was an actual vessel, but sharp geometric lines led to suggestions it was shaped or constructed by intelligent design. Theories ranged: secret engineering experiments, abandoned relics from an unknown past, locked in ice, slowly revealed. Other photos, on-the-ground reports, perfectly preserved seal bodies, miles from the ocean, high in the mountains, mummified remains, hundreds, even thousands of years old, found far from migration paths. No one fully understands how or why they ended up there, what drew them so far inland. Some believe they chased light glimmers on distant glaciers, mistaking them for water. Others suggest remains mark something more unusual, a change in climate long ago, or paths that existed when land was different. Natural puzzles to some, silent clues from the past to others. Scientists continue to offer logical explanations for Antarctica's strange stories, emphasizing science, weather conditions, geology, But for many, explanations aren't convincing. Antarctica remains restricted, heavily controlled. For them, proof enough. Someone hides the truth. Roots of this suspicion lead back to one key event, the Antarctic Treaty. December 1st, 1959. Cold War heating up. 12 nations gathered, Washington, D.C., to sign a treaty that would change Antarctica's future. US, Soviet Union, United Kingdom, all involved in scientific research. During International Geophysical Year 1957 to 58, what they signed was short, 14 articles, but the agreement became unusual, effective diplomatic arrangement in modern history. The Antarctic Treaty, in force June 23, 1961, declared entire continents south of 60th parallel for peaceful purposes only. Military activity banned, nuclear tests, dumping radioactive waste, scientific research free, open to all signatories. Countries could not make new territorial claims or expand existing ones. Anyone conducting research had to share findings with the world. At first glance, a noble effort, preserve a unique environment for science, for peace. More countries signed. Today, over 50 nations, part of the agreement. But this sudden cooperation, at a time of deep conflict, led some to question treaty's true purpose. What exactly was so important? The treaty signed just 14 years after World War II, Cold War in full swing. US and Soviet Union competing, arms, space, global influence. Yet, amidst rivalry, these same countries agreed to demilitarize, largest unexplored landmass on Earth. For some, timing too convenient. For theorists, one central question: what was happening in Antarctica? Today, Antarctica not off limits, but access strictly controlled. Small number of scientists allowed to live, work there, need special approval, training, equipment. Tourists can visit specific coastal areas under close supervision. Vast interior, millions of square kilometers, almost completely inaccessible. Areas where aircraft not allowed, certain regions off limits. Due to environmental protection, research stations only with permission. All these rules make Antarctica feel like a forbidden world. Some believe alien technology lies buried. Others think Antarctica home to lost civilization, perhaps Atlantis, or other myths. Even those who argue governments conduct secret experiments, far from public oversight. The secrecy, surveillance, restrictions, all of it, in their view, points to truth being kept from us. Over time, Antarctic Treaty expanded. Antarctic Treaty System. Additional agreements, environmental rules, its own secretariat, Buenos Aires. Every year, member countries meet, discuss science, safety, preservation, but these meetings not open to public. Many argue system protects Antarctica. Others say it protects something else entirely. What if this protection is a cover, a veil drawn over discoveries that would shatter our reality? For most, Antarctica is forbidden. For scientists, much more. A huge natural laboratory, past preserved in ice, future of our planet written there. Despite myths, conspiracies, legends, Antarctica's true importance, even more extraordinary, not for what it hides, but for what it reveals. For decades, scientific missions, clearer understanding of our world, deep within thick ice sheet, over 4 kilometers deep, trapped layers of ancient air, each a time capsule, data on temperature, atmospheric gases, environmental changes. Over 1 million years, drilling into ice, researchers study Earth's climate history, compare to rapidly warming world. Ozone hole above Antarctica, 1985, example of Antarctic science, uncovering invisible, global threats, the warming and the revelation. While ice offers window to past, Antarctica's future shaped by something less expected, invaders. These invaders are real, alive. Scientists warn of increase in non-native species, reaching Antarctica, carried by ships, aircraft, food supplies, even shoes. Single housefly, Sneaks aboard research vessel. Seed stuck to jacket. Serious biosecurity threat. 2014. Hydroponic facility at Australia's Davis Station. Overrun by tiny alien species. A Collembolan, or springtail, never seen in that part of continent. Multiplied quickly. Warm, moist environment. Discovered floating across water surface. Scientists responded immediately. Facility shut down. Sterilized. Removed from site. Treated like viral outbreak. In this fragile ecosystem, smallest intruder can cause unpredictable damage. Other invasions harder to detect. Mushroom fly. Sewage system of research station. Refused to disappear for 20 years. Marine species. Mussels from distant parts. Found along Antarctic peninsula. Transported by hulls of tourist ships or research vessels. Small, but these creatures can change ecosystems if allowed to spread. Warmer temperatures melting outer edges. Many areas once protected by ice may soon become accessible to humans, to pests. For scientists, these biological incursions, not just practical problems. Balance of life in Antarctica is delicate, evolved over millions of years. In isolation, now that isolation is breaking down, researchers race against time, document native species before newcomers push them out. Antarctica, last place on Earth, untouched by industrial development, but that protection no longer guaranteed. Some researchers even suggest invasion of non-native life might offer clues to broader question. What happens when two ecosystems, or two worlds, collide? In this sense, arrival of foreign organisms mirrors curiosity behind theories of alien life. When scientists speak of alien species, they don't mean beings from other planets, but the concept isn't far off. These organisms are unknown, arriving from outside, changing environment in unpredictable ways. As Antarctica warms, becomes more accessible, continent enters new phase, tourism growing, supply routes expanding, barriers that once protected it. Bitter cold, violent seas, sheer remoteness, starting to weaken. For science, opportunity and danger, in equal measure. Another big question. Scientists trying to answer on this hidden continent, perhaps the most important for the whole planet. Past century, average global temperatures risen, alarming rate. Few places felt this change as deeply as Antarctica, Antarctic Peninsula, warming faster than anywhere else. Some regions, temperatures increased by nearly 3 degrees Celsius in 50 years. Glaciers retreating, sea ice melting earlier, ice shelves collapsing. These changes not just local, they are global. Antarctica holds 90% of world's freshwater in thick ice sheets. If ice melts, sea levels will rise. Complete melting of West Antarctic ice sheet alone could raise global sea levels by more than 3 meters. Full collapse might take centuries, but the process may have already started. And as the ice recedes, scientists are asking a question, once unthinkable: will Antarctica become green again? It sounds impossible. But this continent, not always covered in ice. 100 million years ago, age of dinosaurs. Antarctica was warm, forested land. Fossil records show continents supported rich ecosystems, trees, ferns, even wildfires. Beneath today's thick layers of ice lie remnants of ancient rivers, valleys, entire landscapes, frozen in time. If the world continues to warm at current rate, parts of Antarctica, especially coastlines, may slowly return to earlier conditions. Some scientists believe, by end of this century, warmer temperatures, increased rainfall, could allow for grasslands, hardy plants to grow along fringes of continent. Invasive species like bluegrass, already spotted on peninsula. Colonies of Gentoo penguins prefer milder conditions, begun moving farther south. In the next 200 years, experts suggest certain areas, especially near coast, may become mild enough to support limited agriculture. Barley, potatoes, grazing animals could survive short growing seasons in carefully chosen locations. According to scientists, Possible small human colonies could one day exist there without entirely relying on imported food. However, this potential greening comes with a price. Melting ice sheets drastically alter Earth's climate systems. Rising seas threaten coastal cities globally. Ecosystems survived in isolation for millions of years, overwhelmed by new species. Landscapes that draw scientists to Antarctica. Untouched wilderness, frozen silence, may be lost forever. Antarctica's extreme conditions, months of darkness, low solar angles, continue to limit possibilities. Even under extreme warming, for most of the continent, especially deep inland, remain too cold, too dry, too dark to support traditional farming or long-term settlements. But along its edges, where sun shines longer, temperatures rise higher, life may begin to return. The future of Antarctica is uncertain. Some believe it may become Earth's last refuge, a cold sanctuary for life, as equatorial regions grow hotter. Others warn that once we lose control of ice melt, consequences move far beyond prediction. What is certain? The world is watching. Antarctica, long seen as frozen relic, becoming a mirror of human impact, a symbol of what is to come. Scientists will monitor its changes from remote bases, satellite eyes, searching the ice for clues, not only to our past, but to our future. The forbidden continent is no longer silent. Its glaciers are cracking, its weather is shifting, its secrets are beginning to thaw until the ice fully reveals what it has hidden. Antarctica remains the last great unknown, a land of silence, science, and suspicion. We've journeyed through secrets many refuse to acknowledge. What hidden truth do you believe Antarctica conceals? Share your wildest theories in the comments below.